Alright, it is that time of the season as shows start coming to an end, and the next season will begin in however long. It's time to talk about the season that's just gone, or going, and also the upcoming season. Just a quick note, things might sound a little bit different because as of now I'm on my Christmas break from uni, so I'm back home, and so I'm in a different room. So audio might sound a little bit different, but it'll be like that for about a month or so. Just deal with it, and then I'll be back to where I normally am. But yeah, so just deal with the audio being a little bit different for a little bit. Yeah, gonna bear it. It'll probably affect some videos, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. At least I hope it won't. But anyway, let's talk about the fall 2022 season. And was it any good? Well, just from an initial glance with some pretty big name shows, yeah, it was a pretty good season. Like, it was very enjoyable. There's a lot of good shows here. But let's just run through them real quick. In fact, no, I'm not going to change the way I do this. We'll just run through them one at a time. And we'll, talk about if the season was good overall at the end. So starting off with the second core of Spy Family, I didn't actually watch it because I couldn't be arsed, man. I've read the manga. I read the manga every week as chapters come out. I just couldn't be asked to watch the anime, but I've heard it was good, and from the couple episodes I did watch, it's, again, like the first season, a very good adaptation, so not much to say here, but obviously, it's good. Chainsaw Man. So far, I've been really enjoying the adaptation. We've got a couple episodes left as of recording this. But yeah, I've really enjoyed the adaptation. I think MAPPA have done an absolutely incredible job of turning Chainsaw Man into anime. The fact that we've gotten a new ED every episode as well is just incredible. It genuinely, it's been a really good show to watch. The Tuesdays have been great. New Chainsaw Man chapter pretty much every week, and an episode. Yeah, it's a good combo. So yeah, obviously, really good. But what more is there really to say about Chainsaw Man other than it's been handled really well? And a show that actually, especially when you look at, my initial reaction to the show, in Kage no Jitsuyokusha ni Naritaku te, I do have a video talking about this, so I won't dwell on it for too long. It's actually pretty good. While the first episode was, if I'm being honest, as I said in that video, a bit shit, the show's pretty good. I've been really enjoying it, in all fairness, because it just doesn't care. It jokes on itself, it clowns on the isekai genre. It's just, yeah, it's a good watch. I do actually recommend you go check it out. We're only about halfway through it, so hey, maybe it could drop the ball and completely fuck itself over. But so far, I don't think that'll happen. I've been enjoying it. What was the next show I watched? Ah, yes. Reincarnated as a Sword. Tensai Shitara Ken deshita. This show, it's good. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's all there really is to it. It's just enjoyable, if you get me. It's just an enjoyable watch. You know what I mean? It's not special, at least in my opinion. Yes, it's different among the isekai genre, and you'll understand why if you watch it, because it is different. It's not the typical power fantasy harem bullshittery that we see in, fucking trapped in another world with my smartphone, or some trites like that. It's, a different story in an actually semi-developed, pretty decent world with a good dynamic between the two main characters. A unique gimmick, you could say, in that the fact the main character is reincarnated as an inanimate object that isn't inanimate because it's sentient, but it's a pretty good show. But again, I don't think it's the best show this season, but it's definitely enjoyable, and especially when you compare that to other isekai. And now the big one, Bleach. Oh my god, this first season of the 1,000 Year Blood War arc has been amazing. All the additional scenes that they've added in from the manga have been incredible. I've loved the extra exposition we've got through Uryu, and extra scenes with him that weren't there. The additional fights we've had dropped in, the one between Yuha and Ichigo during the first invasion. It's Bleach. It's Bleach. It is just good. You know what I'm saying? It's just good. Just go watch it. Well, maybe don't, because it is very long. So I understand why people can't get into it. But it is just incredible. The adaptation is immaculate. Oh, it's grand. And onto a show that has made a name for itself on the channel, given that I voice act the manga every week, and I don't know whether it'll be out when you're seeing this, depending on whether I decide to upload it early or not. Yesterday it's out, or tomorrow it's out. Blue Lock. Blue Lock's really good. I actually thought this was going to be 12 episodes, initially, but actually it's 24. So it's going to get much further than I thought, although, not that I said this in video or anything, but my prediction for how far it'd get in 12 episodes was on fucking point. But that's by the by. It's going to get much further than that. Probably will get to the under 22 versus the Blue Lock 11 match, I think. That's roughly where I think it'll get to. But yeah. Anyway, that's not really... Blue Lock is really good. Like, it's a really hype sports show. You should know that I'm at least enjoying it. It's made a, consistent upload. It's a part of my upload schedule. It's something I'm doing every week. It's a part of the channel now, so at least for the foreseeable future. So, yeah. I'm liking Blue Lock. It's pretty good. Enough said. Isekai Oji-san came back. It's continuing now. I do think the first set of episodes that came out were better, but that might also just be by virtue of there's been a huge break, so I just, have grown off of it, I guess. But I've been enjoying the show. It's a different type of isekai. We had two different types of isekai this season. One being, I nearly said reverse isekai, but it kind of is, but isn't, because fuck me, I'm stumbling my words because I'm trying to talk too quickly. But the uncle comes back. So, yeah. I've talked about this in one of the other seasonal rundowns, so go watch that or something. Fufuijo Koibito Miman. More than a married couple, less than lovers. This show impressed me. Hell, I read the manga. I'm caught up to the manga. Good God, I can't wait for the next chapter to come out, because I really like this. I think it's really good. It's a nice romance drama that starts out pretty trashy, but becomes something I think a lot more interesting. Well, I say a lot more interesting. Becomes a bit different at the very least, and I do like it. So yeah, go check the show out. I might talk about it on the channel at some point in like one of the Wednesday videos. Shinobi no Itoki. It's just mid. It's just mid. There's a lot I could complain about that I think's fucking stupid, but yeah, this show's just kind of mid. Moving on. Bocchi the Rock, a show I didn't watch as it started airing. I caught up to when it was like on episode 10 or something. Or episode 9, something like that. Bocchi the Rock's really good. While it obviously excessively dramatizes the introversion of Bocchi and what introverts are like, there are certain aspects of Bocchi's introversion that I'm like, damn, I relate to that. I used to have similar lines of thought. I've been in a similar mental state. Obviously not as anywhere near as dramatic as Bocchi. I will emphasize that, but yeah, I understand. I relate to certain parts of it. Not again. I don't know why I keep pressing this point, but not to the same extent as Bocchi. But I do get the introvert mindset. I do relate to certain parts. It's pretty good, all things considered. The show's really good. The music's really good. Yeah, it's just an all-around good show. Yes, it's very dramatic in how it handles Bocchi and her arguably crippling mental state, but it's still really good. It's entertaining. It's just a really good watch. It's cute girls doing music at the end of the day at its core, but yeah, just a generally really enjoyable show. Arknights, Reime Zenso. This has finished as I'm recording this. I actually really liked it. I think it adapted the story of Arknights that I didn't read up until chapter 6 pretty well, so I actually don't know if it adapted it pretty well, because again, I didn't read the story of Arknights until chapter 6, and anyone that's played Arknights knows exactly why, because chapter 6 absolutely slaps. And with the confirmation of another season, I can't remember what it's called, but it's something related to Frost. It'll probably get up to chapter 4 of the game toward the end of that, because Frost, it literally is not referencing any character other than Frost Nova. If they somehow get to the end of chapter 6, I won't cope. Unless it's longer than 8 episodes. Maybe they could, but if it's 8 episodes, again, it'll be to the end of chapter 4. Because I believe, what, they got to the end of chapter 2? Was that the end of chapter 3? Whenever Skull Shatterer shows up in the story, yeah, that's what they got to. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good watch. Like, if you like Arknights, obviously. If you don't know anything about Arknights, maybe you won't have enjoyed it as much as I did, because it was just a nostalgia factor. Having stopped playing Arknights, this is... Oh god, I felt the pull. I felt the pull to get back into it. But I won't. I will resist. Is there anything else this season that I watched? I feel like I didn't really watch a whole lot of shows this season. Let me just have a quick cursory glance at things. Yeah, I actually don't think there's anything else from this season that I watched. Yeah, no, there isn't. So, to answer the question I posed at the very beginning, was this season good? Yeah, obviously it was. This is probably... I mean, I think I've said this multiple times this year, but this might be the best season of the year, to be honest. Might be one of the best seasons we've had in a while, you know. But yeah. A good show. Good show, good season all around. And, if you care about my thoughts on next season, the first season of 2023, come back next week, because that's when I'll be talking about that. But anyway, with all that said, I've been Animosity, you've been you, and I hope to catch you all next time for another video. I clicked a thing as I tried to tab to OBS to win the recording, because my shortcuts don't work, because I fucking messed them up. So we'll just enjoy this. It might have faded out by now. Probably won't have. Anyway, good god, that was a scuffed ending. Ta-ta. For now.